Good evening, Musk enjoyers. I hope you're doing alright, because it's time for the Abnormal Barders. Tonight we have the likes of the Ultramarine Large Box, the Neon Core Garage Door, the Abyss SAR, the Bird of Luck AK-47, the Hellborn Crossbow, and the Neanderthal Tier 3 Armour. And then, of course, we have two regular skins, that being the likes of the Quarantine Sap and the Double Baguette. A lot of very interesting skins this week, especially when you look at the likes of the total sales as of now. Now, you might be sitting there wondering, Abnormal? Regular? What are you waiting about? I have no idea what exactly you're talking about, Hedge. Well, if you need some help, please consider looking in the description right now. For you will see there are two videos provided, which will help you understand what abnormal skins are. The first video in the description is a 60-second short video, which will briefly go over the details in regards to what abnormals are and how they behave. Basically, every week, there are certain skins which are abnormal, which will become marketable before the rust or even rotates. And basically, we can sit here, figure out a decent price to offer for all of these skins, and when those abnormal skins become marketable, and we know when, we can jump in, do our barders as fast as possible, and hope to be able to pick up those skins for a cheaper price in the future, and then potentially flip them for a better price, and walk away with some sweet, delicious looking profit. Now, if the short video isn't enough, if you need to learn a little bit more in terms of, well, I need to be able to identify what is an abnormal, I need to know when abnormals become marketable, well, please consider watching the second video. It's about 20 minutes long, but it's a lot more explanatory, and it will help you out a lot more. Sounds good? Cool. Right, so with the likes of all these skins here, when they're going to jump in, figure out prices to offer for all of them, and then, of course, we'll skip ahead and do the actual barders. Let's get started. Ultramarine Large Box. Right, so this large box literally got accepted the very week after we saw the likes of the garage door. Now, that garage door went all the way up to about $4.50, then it went back down again. So it's had a nice, impressive time, but yeah, it's starting to slip back down. And unless we see another instant continuation, I do worry for the likes of that, so keep an eye on the likes of that. Back over to here, the large box. We have seen the likes of another deplorable being produced over the past weekend. We have the sheep in the door right here in front of us. If we do see the likes of this also instantly getting accepted, just like the large box was last week, well, maybe the large box also bounces up quite nicely. Because this has only done about 18,400 subscribers, significantly less compared to the likes of this garage door here. This almost did 30,000, but you know what? Tomorrow, this potentially might just about do 20,000 subscribers. Again, quite a significant drop-off compared to what this was doing. Okay, that's interesting, but is the Ultramarine Large Box looking to be a nice investment? Could I buy some and everything will work out quite alright? Well, of course, first of all, let's do our barders, but I'm guessing this probably will be slipping. I don't know if Ultramarine's going to be successful. I don't know if we're definitely going to get another skin accepted. Just remember, throughout all of this year so far, many deplorable collections have been started, but many stopped after 2 or 3 acceptances, and that is it. Only one collection has done better. That would be Shadowborn, which did like 6 acceptances so far this year. So I'm not 100% keen, and I'm not 100% confident. However, hey, we could still be optimistic. Would this still work out nicely if we were to see more skins being accepted? Yes, I would assume it'll do nicely. And as I said, it hasn't sold a ridiculous amount, but if we were to just quickly compare this to all the other large box skins that exist so far, you'll know that there's actually a lot of skins. There's a lot of skins in total. But at 18,000 subscribers, you're looking at this sitting at around the upper half. Yeah, looks to be in the upper quarter, to be honest with you. So, yeah, it sold quite a significant amount. If we look at all the other storages nearby, well, some of them happen to be part of storage collections. We can't really count those. But I see the likes of the Porcelain Large Box, Neon Snowflake Large Box, you've got Barbecue Box, Skull Sarcophagus. Right, they're not holding up very well at the moment, are they? So I am leaning more towards oh dear. But again, continuations, if it works out well, yeah, well, sure. I imagine it would work out quite nicely in terms of its price. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, you know what? With all the large box skins that we've had so far this year, which again is quite a lot, and remember, if there's far too many skins that we could compare to, the more it struggles in terms of retaining its own value, and of course the recent Twitch drops, oh dear, only one of them's doing good at the moment, oh dear. I think I'm only going to do $1.20 to $1.70. Yeah, I'm playing it a fair bit safe. I don't imagine that's going to always be alright, but hey, if you're feeling a little bit more confident, if you truly believe, yes, tomorrow we are definitely going to get the sheet metal door being accepted, by all means, offer a higher price. But if we never see that deplorable being accepted, we never see another deplorable being accepted, I do worry for the likes of that large box and, of course, the garage door. So, yeah, I'm still playing it safe. Sorry if that's the case, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. And I've said that many times over the past couple months now, haven't I? The autumn fall seasonal dip is just around the corner. Quite literally 2 weeks' time, September. Right, anyway. That's cool. Let's move on to the next skin, Neon Core Garage Door. You have also sold significantly less compared to the previous Garage Doors, as we can see right here. Well, 2 weeks ago, these were accepted. They did about 24,000 subscribers each, and they're now in the negative. When this was accepted, yeah, both of these did boost up a fair bit, but it didn't last, and they went back down again. How unfortunate. And what's also very unfortunate is trying to guess what's going to happen to the likes of this. Now, over the past week, I've been making some comparisons. One notable thing I did was comparing this to the likes of the hazmat locker and the small food storage. Basically, these were the second skins to be accepted after the initial ones were accepted. So here you go, small fuel storage and full kit locker. They did all right because they had like the first few skins being accepted after them. So they got a very nice boost. They perform better compared to pretty much all of these other skins. So will this potentially end up like the food storage, the hazmat, where it suffers pretty quickly because everyone who bought it literally just wants to sell it to try and make a quick profit? Well, I am conflicted. I worry for it. It really does look more like it's going to behave like the hazmat locker. See, this sold significantly less compared to like the locker skin here, the full kit locker. That did 42,000 subscribers. This only did about 24,000, and yet very quickly a ton of stock got thrown onto the Steam market and it went down in price. That did happen. So, Core Door, I also have to question who exactly wants to use this skin. I don't want to sound mean, but do you honestly want to have a garage door specifically for your core? Do you want to give that away? Probably not. You could, use it as a decoy. That could be done. That could happen. But I'm just not sure, basically. I don't know if everybody's going to instantly want to have it. And I should also point out, technically speaking, Duck did not produce a skin this week. However, Exit Door might be the thing that's supposed to be submitted for this week. Basically, when he submitted this, he also submitted this like a few hours later. I get the feeling that's supposed to be this week's skin. We don't know what's coming next. We don't know if we're definitely going to see another continuation. Could it be Loot Room? Could it be Exit? Are people going to even want it? But I don't think we're going to see that bounce up. I don't think we're going to see it boosted. I think it's just going to go down in price. I'm very sorry to say. So, yeah, I don't think that many people are going to want to actually use the skin. I don't think we're going to be getting a continuation that quickly. We shall see. Playing it safe here, I'm going to do $1 to $1.50. Yeah, I might go lower, to be honest. Maybe I'll do like 90 cents to $1.30. Yeah, I just don't imagine this one's going to work out nicely. So I'm going to do 90 cents to $1.30. I know I'm looking at this with a lot of caution, and maybe it does, slap me in the face in the future, in the long term. Maybe this does work out quite all right. People want to have all of the neon skins produced by Duck. Okay, maybe that happens. But you know what? Around October time, I worry for that. I really do. It might not have sold an absurd amount. Again, look at all the garage doors, do a quick comparison. Look and see how many subscribers this has compared to every other skin. 165 of them. And we could confirm it is in the upper half, right? So it seems to be quite literally in the upper half. Yeah, I'm going to stick with 90 cents to $1.30. Maybe I'll be wrong. Okay, but again, I'd rather be safe than sorry. So that's how I'm going to go about that. The Abyssar. Right, so here's a bit more positivity. The Abyssar seems to be doing perfectly fine. Now, it has sold more compared to the likes of the AK-47, but it's only another 3,000. By tomorrow, it'll probably push up to about 17,000. We were expecting this. So, just to remind all of you, the Abyss AK-47 is like one of the only AK-47s that's currently in the positive compared to all the other AKs that came out last year. There's only one more, which is the Kiss AR, which is very comfortably in the positive, but the one other skin just so happened to be the Abyss AK. So last year we had 44 skins in total. As you can see, that's in the positive. All these other ones in the red. But then we have Kiss AR. So you would understand that the Abyss AK is pretty special. The collection itself is fairly in demand. Things worked out ever so nicely during the summer. Now we have a SAR skin. Take a look at all the SAR skins that have come out somewhat recently, and you'll see a very similar bit of behaviour compared to the likes of the AKs. You see two of the SARs here in the positive compared to all the red. Oh, the wicked red in the red. And yeah, look at it over to here. We only have one skin in the positive there. Oh no, two. But yeah, you get the idea. Same thing basically. Only two skins doing all right compared to all the other ones doing pretty badly. I get the feeling as time goes on, the SAR, the Abyss SAR, will be doing pretty good. Sold for $3. It's not sold too much. I don't expect a ton of these to be listed in the future. I can envision that this still very likely will dip below its trust price for a period of time, but then rise up nicely during the likes of post-Christmas and the summer of 2025. So let's just quickly go ahead and remind ourselves of the behaviour of the likes of the AK, because this wasn't always perfectly in the positive. This wasn't always perfectly fine. It did dip down initially. So right now there's only 39 listings at $3.65 with the lowest price. But looking at the state of this, as you can see, that's just one straggler, and suddenly it's up to $4. If I look at its sales history, this is what we should care more about. Initially it dips, goes up a fair bit during post-Christmas, sitting there at about $3.50. Dips again during the likes of Easter time. Yep, so this goes all the way down to about $2.20 and rises back up again during the summer. You should expect pretty much the exact same type of behaviour to happen to the likes of the SAR. Now, will that go down in price as much with so many people aware of the Abyss AK? Like, what I'm saying is, I got all of you with me right there. Hello, chat, how you doing? However, basically, point I'm trying to say is I've brought up some nice positive things in regards to that Abyss SAR. I get the feeling it won't go as low as the AK, because I've made you aware of it. So basically, I think we could probably do between $1.60 to $2.30. Yes. I can envision it potentially reaching a low point around $2, and I'll pick them up for $2.30. I'm fine with that. If I could have picked up a bunch of those Abyss ARs for $2.30, I would have been happy. I would have been fine, knowing what would very likely happen in the summer. So, if you're willing to pick up a bunch of these for a cheaper price, but not potentially the cheapest, go all the way up to about $2.30. Because, yeah, eventually, as time goes on, I'm pretty sure we'll be seeing some more Abyss skins being accepted here and there. I'm pretty sure the Abyss collection will still be doing perfectly fine during the good times. And I'm feeling somewhat confident the SAR will be doing better than $3 in the future. Will the likes of 16 to 17,000 subscribers lead to a ton of quantity on the Steam market, a ton of listings? I doubt it. So, yeah, I'm optimistic for it. A smart builder can definitely work out quite nicely. So that's why I said $1.60 to $2.30. It's up to you how you go about that. The more you offer, the more likely you get dumped on. However, you might potentially pick up all the cheapest ones. So, we'll see. Next up, here we have the likes of the Bird of Luck AK-47 selling at $3 a piece. I do not trust this. I'm very sorry to say. Cool looking AK, very bright, very colourful, vibrant, awesome. But I just can't envision this is going to hold up very well. By default, I'm like this with pretty much every single AK, but the more expensive ones, I'm always like this. So, standard looking aim sight, looks totally fine, no issues, perfectly fine, cool idea by Sunart, and they have made a continuation literally just this past weekend, which you can see right there, the MP5. Very cool, very cool. Yes, 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 thank you. But just take a look at all the previous AKs that sold at a higher price this year, and you'll probably get a good idea of how this is going to go down. So this is selling at $3. Guess what? We have the likes of the Royal Safari AK-47 sold for $3.49, now it sells for $1.03. The Celt AR, $3.49, now it sells for 96 cents. Do we have anything else that's pretty interesting? MK Ultra, bright and colourful, very distinct compared to many of the other skins, sold for $2.99, now it sits here at $1.76. How sad. But you do have the likes of the Black Diamond, sold for $4.49. It's pretty much sitting there at the same price. You've also got the likes of the Thunder Gold AK-47, sold for $3.49, currently sitting here at about $4.50. But then you also have the likes of the Inflatable AR, the Prototype AR, the Happy Easter AR, $1.30, $1.39, 99 cents. In short, I lean more to the idea of I think that's going to go below its stop price, and I think it's going to suffer. How low will you go? I honestly will probably do 60 cents to 80 cents again, just to play it safe. I kind of could see this working out a fair bit better compared to the standard AK. However, I don't want to get dumped on, to be honest. Again, playing it safe, I know. So, yeah, it sold a reasonable amount. 14,000 subscribers, again, isn't like nothing. I believe this is going to be probably in the middle if I were to compare all of these. So if I do highest subscriber, yeah, okay, it's in the upper half, yeah. And look at all the other AKs around it. You do have a couple here and there that are doing quite nicely, and then ooh, and uh-oh, and ooh, and yeah, I think maybe it'll probably go down to about $1.50, to be honest. But I think I'll just stick with doing 60 cents to 80 cents. We'll see, and let's see if we do get continuations. Okay, cool. So, Hellborn Crossbow, 13,500 subscribers. This is a problem. Why? How's it a problem now? How could you sit there and say there's a problem? Because it's a glow-in-the-dark crossbow. Oh, okay, I'm sure. Right. So, last year, we had quite a lot of crossbows being accepted, and of course, most of them are in the negative. Some of them are doing quite alright, can't complain. But this is the first crossbow to be accepted in all of 2024, and it's August. Big surprise. Now, the main feature of this, as I said, is the glow-in-the-dark aspect. The eyes, the coloration on the front, it glows. It glows in the dark at night. And people do not like glow-in-the-dark weapons. They do not like glow-in-the-dark weapons or tools. They do not want to be seen at night. And, well, basically, this is just going to get a lot of people noticing you. Yeah. Now, you might sit and say, but I'll just not use it during the night. That's cool, but you're not always in control. Not always in control when the sun goes up and down. So I kind of can't help but assume this is going to suffer. Now, literally the previous week, we had a bow skin, a hunting bow skin that glowed in the dark. How are you currently holding up neon wire bow? You're currently down by 33%. Well, can't sit here and say we're surprised, can we? There is one other crossbow that glows in the dark, and that is the From Hell crossbow, which came out years ago. Hasn't really sold. It didn't really sell too much, is the point I'm trying to get across. And yet it still sits here at $1.90, still below its roster price. Even during the likes of this summer, which was very good for Ruskins, it's still down by 25%. So I sit here and say, look, Hellborn, I don't know if you're getting turned into a collection. I can quickly double check just to make sure of that. But yeah, it doesn't look like we're getting another Hellborn skin anytime soon. I worry for it. I doubt it's going to hold up well. I'm just going to do 60 cents to 80 cents. Yep, I'm very sorry. But yeah, I just can't imagine there'll be a lot of love for it. So yeah, that's how I'm going about that. Sorry if you happen to like it, but again, I'm playing it safe. I ain't going to get dumped on. Or if I'm going to get dumped on, it'll be for a cheaper price, and I'm fine with that. Now we have the Neanderthal Tier 3. Now this one's interesting, this one's goofy, this one's peculiar. Why? Well, they've sold hardly anything. Face mask, 8,600 subscribers. Chest plate, 7,000 subscribers. Compare that with the likes of all the other Tier 3 pieces that have come out so far this year. And yeah, it's like nothing. Now, obviously, this has still surpassed the likes of the Royal Safari Tier 3 armour. Okay. But yeah, that's basically... Oh, and Blackguard. Alright, well, that's down by 35. That's down by 40. Oh, dear, oh, dear. And then you look at the likes of last year, and maybe I'm better off just like comparing it all by highest subscriber counts. Let's just go do that. And it's basically in the middle. It's not that much. It's very average. And if we do get those continuations... Oh, yeah, I am definitely going to look at this in a much more happier sort of light. Basically, I wouldn't mind picking up a bunch of these for a cheaper price, which I'm pretty confident I'll be able to pull off. But I don't imagine there's going to be that many listings. Like, okay, when people give up on it, there will be a lot. But just taking this all into consideration, yes, by default, if we do get those continuations appearing, yep, things are going to look very nice for the likes of this. Wow, the chest plate's in the lower half. But is it going to happen? So let me just confirm to you, over the past weekend, Zinc, the skin creator, did not produce another Neanderthal skin or an Ice skin. He produced a UFO abduction furnace, a completely unique skin all by itself, which does look very cool. I even put a short video out showcasing this because I like it. It's cool, it's creative. But yeah, I would be surprised in the slightest if we're probably going to start seeing the likes of Tier 2, hoodie pants or boots and gloves being produced potentially next week. Just keep an eye on the workshop over the course of this weekend. But I will bring this up. Over this past weekend, as you are aware, we've recently been getting a lot of Tier 3 armour. We've got the Neanderthal, we've got the Black Diamond, we've got the Royal Safari, and the Commando set within a month of each other. None of these collections have produced a collection continuation other than Commando, which was Tier 2 2 weeks ago. Just this past weekend, not a single continuation. That was clothing and armour. No boots and gloves, no Tier 2, no hoodie and pants. Not sure what's going on, but surely next week maybe? We shall see. It's a bit strange, it's a bit silly, but I can still see that going below its roster price. So how am I going to go about it? I'm probably going to offer between 90 cents to $1.30 for both of those pieces. Yep, I'll probably pick up a bunch of them for a cheaper price. Okay, but if we do get those, if we do get those continuations, whoosh, spike and on, spike and price, and with overly so much to go around, aka with so much low sales, all the better for it to rise up in price. All those low listings, ooh, they're rising up quite nicely, aren't they? That's the hope, that's the anticipation. So that's a wrap there with the abnormal skins. Now we can start yapping about these regular skins. Okay, I am very likely going to go buy probably 100 quarantine saps. What? But you're actually going to buy skins? Yep, I am. I've already made this point, and I feel like in the position that this is in, it's perfectly fine to jump onto. So let me elaborate. Quarantine sap, part of the quarantine collection. Pretty much every weapon that you see here, except the AK, is very strangely in the positive. Quite nicely. Okay, that's cool. That's reassuring. But also look at all the fairly recent sap skins that we've seen. And what do we see over here? What do we see? There we go. It's fairly reliable. It's fairly okay. Sorry about the phone. That actually put me off. Basically, I can't help but assume if you give it some time, it will work out fine. It will work out all right. But you've probably got to wait maybe until post-Christmas, that being January 2025, or the summer of 2025. Then it will probably be nice and higher in price, much like these, you know. They don't go up in price insanely, but reliably speaking, I could buy this on an account that can't do barders anymore. This account right here, last week I exhausted it. It had the absolute maximum money. I did the absolute maximum amount of barders I could do on it, and lo and behold, it can't do anything anymore. But I can still do direct purchases with it. I'll buy some saps. I'll wait until they're tradable. I'll throw them onto another account that can still sell some things. And hey, I wouldn't be surprised if I'll be able to sell them for a profit. And I've basically moved Steam Wallet from one account to another without that much of an issue. And that is the plan. So yeah, I'm going to go use that account. I'm going to go buy a bunch of these. And with only 11,000 subscribers, seems reliable. Compare that with all the other sap skins that you see here. 15,000, 10,500, 18,000, 9,800, 12,000, 10,300, 12,800. I feel fine. I think it's going to be okay. I think we're going to potentially see that randomly go up in price along with all the other quarantine weapon skins. It's a bit of a gamble, but metaphorically speaking, I should say. But I think it's fine. I can buy something and wait. I'm fine to do that. I quite literally mentioned that with the double armor doors earlier this year. In fact, how are they currently holding up? Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I expect it to do better, of course, over time. But yeah, no, it's fine. It's reliable for now. For now. Let's see how that looks over the course of October time. Alright, anyway. So yeah, you're looking good. I'm fine with that. I'll be making a purchase. If you want to do a barter on that, if it were to ever go below its trusted price, I don't expect it to go down too badly. A lot of the more recent saps haven't really gone down too low. So I think you could probably do between $1.20 to $1.70. Yep, that's what I'll be doing, and I think that'll be fine. Okay, and then we have the double baguette. Very surprised to see this was accepted, especially knowing that we had the Twitch drop last year, as you can see. There we go, yep, Crowley shotgun. That was given away for free. 200,000 people picked it up. Now we have this, 9,000 sales. If the Thunder Gold double barrel shotgun went down in price, I don't imagine that's going to be holding up very well. And surprise, surprise, it actually did slow down with its sales. It did end up selling slightly less compared to the likes of the Thunder Gold double barrel shotgun. But still, I still expect it to end up suffering, much like all of these double barrel shotguns here. So I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, okay, I'm probably going to do 80 cents to $1.20. I don't imagine it's going to go down all the way down in price, but I imagine it's going to still retain some value. 80 cents to $1.20 is what I'm going to do. Alright, cool. So that was pretty quick, very straightforward. What can we potentially expect for the likes of the Rust skins tomorrow with the Rust store? Well, I'm looking at micro522.com. If you want to get a link to that, just look in the description right now. It's right there and available. I'm looking at the highest performing skins in terms of score. And remember, score is an amalgamation of the likes of upvotes, downvotes, favourites. You get the idea. Ramen Shop Vending Machine has been doing very, very nicely, probably because it's got the glow-in-the-dark kitties. But we haven't had a vending machine so far this year, have we? Then I could also bring up the likes of Ultramarine Door. Yes, I'm skipping Neon Exit Door because I feel like that was technically a skin that was submitted last week. Anyway, Ultramarine Sheet Metal Door, need I say any more? We've already brought that up a little bit earlier. Let's see if we do get the continuation for the collection. We have Neon Dome Sheet Metal Double Door right here. Get a good look at that. Interesting, nice. Looking pretty cool right there. Then we have the likes of the Blinds Garage Door. This is probably the most creative use of transparency for a garage door I've ever seen. This is a collection continuation for the likes of the Blinds Rug that we saw earlier this year. You could put that up and just stare at all the people outside and now be able to look back at you. Come on now, that's clever. And then over to here, we have the likes of the This Is Fine Garage Door, obviously referencing the meme, so cool, yeah, more garage doors. Oh. Well, there you go. That's to be expected, isn't it? And if I were to just bring up the likes of the top picks, yep, there wasn't a video from TGG this week. Hopefully he gets better. He's sick apparently. But you can go look at his top 10 right there. Very nice. Get a good look at all the skins. Very, very cool. Very cool. And then, of course, we also have the likes of the Rust Workshop skin checks. Let me tell you, we didn't get too many clothing and armor skin continuations, but we'll bring them up regardless. So we did see the return of the Reptile Hunter Primitive. I think Himic removed the original versions of the bandana and the poncho submissions. Oh, I've only got one of them. Okay. And he's just, you know, resubmitted. So yeah, maybe it could still be a candidate for the likes to complete the sets. You get the idea. Maybe that gets accepted, possibly. But yeah, it was resubmitted literally just this past weekend. Words, sorry. We got Mob Boss hoodie and pants. Cool. Core pieces. Cool. Can you envision a tier 2 or tier 3 armor that would work for this? I can sit here and say a jacket would work perfectly fine, but tier 2, tier 3? Anyway, a hoodie and pants has been produced and looks just as sleek and cool compared to likes of that burlap clothing. Let's see if that works out nicely. And then we, of course, also have the likes of Ditto Tier 3. Yep, the weapon-only collection has now evolved into Tier 3 armor. Imagine that, if Face Punch accepts another Tier 3 armor. Anyway, we shall see, we shall see. Who knows what's to be expected? But yeah, it's just simply a matter of just wait and see. We've been making a lot of guesses over the past few months. We're wrong so much. Right, so yeah, the player counts have been pretty good. August is still holding up very nicely. The 96 average player count so far has been spectacular. It might actually do better compared to July, which is a big surprise. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting it to do worse. And the commits, have you been keeping an eye on all these things that are being mentioned? Frontier Hazmat is expected to be an upcoming DLC, along with the likes of Wallpaper, and it looks like Radtown Redux very, very likely will be prepared for the likes of September. So always keep an eye on the commits. Lots of things being mentioned. Right then, so front page, how are you currently looking? Pretty good. Whiteout on the front page as per usual. That's to be expected. Right, so we've got about 20 minutes until the abnormals appear, so we're now going to go ahead and skip ahead, and then we're going to go do the borders. So with that, 3, 2, 1, and away we go. Right then, Abyssar, you're going to appear right here in front of me. Come on, come on, don't be shy. Show yourself. Come on. Oh, come on. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Show yourself, please. Oh, there you go. Oh, crap. I was moving my fan. Right, there we go. And over to here, what do we see? Ultramarine? No. What about you? Neon Core, Garage Door. I can't remember the price, so I'm just going to do this, and we're going to hope for the best. Right, you, Ultramarine. No, okay. What do we have? We have the Neanderthal. And I am doing 7-8 there. And I am doing... not there. Oh, wow. Okay, certain skins just aren't appearing. Let's go over to here on the other account. Voila, and we're bam. Abyssar, we currently have barders going all the way up to about $2, about 30 there. Wow, people really aren't going that high. Alright, I'll go over to here then. People seem to have chickened out, so I'm going to go for a lower price. I will react upon how other people react to it. Neon Core Garage Door, you have barders basically stopping at about $1.30. Alright, well, I guess I'll do that then. We'll see how low can you go. Yes. Neanderthal face mask. You have barders now pushing up to about $1.50, but it basically stops at about like $1.20. All right. I'll probably go do that as well then. I'll probably go do like a... Right, well, that's a decent amount of barders. Let's skip ahead now and we'll look at the barder support. Right, we're back. 24 minutes in, yep. Certain skins take their time sometimes to become marketable, but hey, you know, we'll live with that. So anyway, don't see any prices here at the moment, but we can still hop over to here and look at all the buy orders individually. Now, to my surprise, not that many buy orders. Now, this is for all the skins. The Abyssar does have a lovely batch of buy orders, but it doesn't even go over 1,000. Oh well, that's just more of a case of how things are this week, rather than the actual skins themselves. So anyway, barders looking very strong, pushing all the way up to $2 plus. Yes, whilst I mainly wanted to stick around $2, it did perfectly go up a bit higher. Now, initially when I looked at it, I saw people weren't really pushing that high. They didn't want to go all the way up to about $2.50. So I thought maybe I'm better off doing around $2. That's where I kind of situated myself, got myself sat right there. I'm good with that, I'm fine. Yeah, maybe that might be the lowest point it reaches. Alright, I'll pick them all up, and then, you know, just wait until post-Christmas or summertime, and yeah, I'm good as gold. I'm happy with that. I'm not going to complain. So I'm good with that. It's fine. By tomorrow, I'm pretty sure a bunch more barders will be appearing. I'm pretty sure that this skin will be having a lovely future ahead of it. But, you know, still have October time to get through. So, yeah, how's it going to behave during the first dip? We shall see. Now, with the likes of the Ultramarine Large Box, well, looking at that, I was quite surprised to see someone want to put down a $2 buy order, $1.97 to be precise. Okay, cool, look. If you want to do that, you're more than welcome to do so. I'm still under the impression that this potentially might be struggling. I don't instantly assume we're definitely going to get more Ultramarine skins. But hey, you never know. Sometimes you've got to go do something a little bit risky. Now, funnily enough, I'm actually here at $1.73. No one really went close to me, so okay then. But yeah, this is a situation where it's like, all right, it's got a decent amount of support, but if you were to look at that and think, do I want to make a purchase, or do I just stick with doing a strong barter? You could just stick with doing a strong barter. You could offer $2.10 and pick these up for 40 cents cheaper. Wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if you pick these up. But who knows? Maybe the sheep in the door does get accepted tomorrow. Ooh, we'll find out. Neanderthal Garage Door. Yeah, this did not get that much support. $2.49 skin, and the highest barter basically stops at $1.30, around the halfway point. So yeah, not that many overall buy orders. Doesn't really go that high. Doesn't look very good, I'm afraid. Yeah, so if you wanted to buy this, you could just put down a $1.50 barter, and I will not be surprised in the slightest if you do end up picking these up for a cheaper price in the future. But what would its lowest point be? I don't know. And again, who wants this? That's the big question. Do you honestly want a garage door that's going to point out where your core is? Or as I said, can you even see yourself utilising this as a decoy? We shall see. Anyway, moving on. Next up, we have the likes of the Neanderthal Tier 3. Get a good look at that. Now, both of these are selling for, what, $2? Let's just quickly confirm that. I actually forgot about that. Whoopsie. $2, $2. Cool. Right, we've got that confirmed. Right, so hopping back over to here. Their buy orders are already going up to about $1.20-ish, their highest buy order. Yeah. So, the initial expectation is, yep, these very likely will not be retaining their value, but for how long? If we do see zinc, if we do see zinc producing hoodie and pants or tier 2 at any point, yeah, I think it will work out quite nicely if it gets accepted, but we have to wait and see what happens next. Now, if we end up waiting for quite a reasonable amount of time, or let's say an unreasonable amount of time is probably a better thing to say, yeah, people are probably going to get like antsy and I don't know, skittish, and probably start unloading their stock because they don't think we're going to get a continuation anytime soon. We do have a lot of active collections at the moment, so it's a matter of, are they going to do it? And honestly, with Zinc's output, I fully expect it to happen eventually. He's probably just trying to figure out a good way of doing it. You know, how do you make hoodie and pants look Neanderthal like, and coffee cans? I mean, for the coffee can, I can envision like a very cool looking like bone skull. That would look cool. We've got to wait and see what he's going to cook, alright? So give him some time. I'm sure we can see it eventually. So Neanderthal, you didn't sell that much. I don't expect many listings for you over the course of time. And if we do get those continuations, things are going to look very interesting for you. So looking at this right now, if you want to make a purchase, I'd recommend just sticking with doing a barter. You could just put down $1.50 barters on both of these skins. Will not be surprised in the slightest if you pick these up for 50 cents cheaper. So it's up to you how you go about that. And yeah, neither of them really have... They just don't really have that many barters. Alright. Bird of Luck, AK-47. Again, hardly any barters. Looking at the barters, it only goes up to $1. Oh, yeah, $3 skin, $1 highest buy order. Oh dear. But yeah, I mean, it's not too surprising. Yes, maybe some more barters will be appearing over the course of the next 12 or so hours. Okay, that's fine. Not going to complain about that. But yeah, if you just want to pick this up, you could just probably put down like a $1.30 barter. Do not be surprised if you pick these up for a very cheap price, such as that. So yeah, save yourself some money. And then over to here, we have the likes of the Hellborn Crossbow, the slowest skin to be listed on the Steam market for tonight. And yeah, it basically ends at around 90 cents. Not surprised at all. Glow-in-the-dark crossbow, not exactly a very nice combination. And yeah, hardly any barters. I do not expect you to hold up very well. So yeah, if you're looking to try and get a hold of one of these, you could just offer a $1.30 barter. Do not be surprised if you pick these up for a cheaper price. So, hopping back over to here, to the Abyssar, I did not sit here and say whether it's a good idea to actually jump in and make a purchase. I feel like you could. In the long term, yeah, I could envision the Abyssar probably will be working out quite nicely. But with the barters that we've seen, I thought we'll probably get a decent amount of people pushing a bit higher, but it didn't really happen. It still comes across as a bit questionable. So I'll sit here and say, yes, if you did like a $2.50 barter, I would be surprised if you do pick up a bunch of these for a cheaper price. It's just, how many? How many? That's the real question, and chances are it might not be enough. However, it will still be cheaper than buying it for $3. So it's up to you, but yeah, I think a $2.50 could still be working out quite right. Or you could do a $2.50 barter, then make some purchases. That might be fine. That might be the way to go about it. But yeah, If you manage to get a fast barter down around $2, keep it. I think you'll be alright. But yeah, it's a bit 50-50, but in the long term I do believe it'll still work out quite nicely. Very cool looking skin. I know a lot of people will be appreciating this as time goes on. It's just a matter of, can it hurry up? Right, so that's it. That's basically a wrap. Everything seems to be alright. So yep, the abnormals are done for tonight. Whilst it did take quite a while for certain skins to appear, it's fine. Now, tonight I probably will be jumping in now and going to grab a whole bunch of these. Yes, even after all the talking and the yapping and whatnot, I still feel somewhat confident in the likes of these. I will be buying about 100 of them. I'll hold on to them. Yeah, it might still dip in price. Hey, at the end of the day, I care more about the long term for it. So yeah, I'll see what happens with the likes of the quarantine set. And yeah, tomorrow, will we get an early roster rotation? I would never really expect an early one. Plus, we're still quite a ways away until we have the September Force Wipe, which, as I said, is cooking up to being very interesting at the moment, based on what potentially might be coming out. But based on what we see, there's a lot of interesting things. It looks like it's going to be called the World Update. Maybe, we shall see. We'll find out about that. But yeah, that's weeks away. So keep an eye on the commits to be fully aware of all the new stuff that's currently being worked on. And yeah, let's look forward to seeing what potentially does get picked. As I said earlier, there's a lot of skins here performing quite nicely with a lot of interest, but which ones will be accepted, we shall see. And don't forget, Complete the Sets is basically around the corner every September, usually. This is when we'll see the likes of Complete the Sets and Most Wanted happening. And I know so many people have been asking for the same skins over and over and over and over again. So if you're one of them, if you know exactly what I'm talking about, maybe, just maybe, you might get your camouflage skins. Maybe. But here, let me tell you this. For Most Wanted, mate, I can't think of anything else that's more wanted. Let me put it that way. So, yeah, we can cry when they're not picked. Yay! But yeah, give it all a good look. They are representatives of their collections rather than the actual picks for, you know, the Complete the Sets. Give it a good look. Give it a good consideration. And yeah, you can see the video right now on the likes of YouTube. It's all there. Give it a good look. 40 minutes of your time just to be aware of what's to be expected. And of course, the Rust Workshop skin checks. Please consider giving this a good watch. Every continuation has a chapter. You can skip ahead to the bits that interest you. Alright, cool. That's a wrap. Thank you very much for watching me tonight. I greatly appreciate it. Let's see how things turn out. Let's see if we could be happy tomorrow. I bet you they'd probably accept another tier 3 armor. Alright. Thumbs up. All good. Bye.